how to generate high-intent real estate buyer leads, looking in specific neighborhoods, and then beat a path to your door using the power of Google Ads. That's exactly what I'm going to walk you through in today's video. Enjoy.
The first thing you're going to do is go up to the URL search bar and type in ads.google.com. Now, if you already have a Gmail email address, you can just scroll up to sign in and sign in with that email address and password. If you don't have a Gmail email address, you're going to go to Start Now. And here you're going to select Create Account and then click on For Myself. Now you're going to enter your first and last name. And then if you're creating a new email address, you're going to click on Create a New Gmail Address instead and type in your new email address. And then create a password. I'm going to enter it again. And then click on Next. You can enter your phone number if you want. It's optional just for security reasons. And then a recovery email address. Again, that's optional. Your birthday. I'm just going to type in a random day here. Gender. And then click on Next. And then you just have to agree to the privacy and terms at the bottom. So that's how you create your Google Ads account. So now I'm going to walk you through the campaign setup. Now, the first thing you're going to see is this screen. This basically tries to take you through like an automated help system where you just enter some information about your business. But what I find is that it's best to just switch out of here. So click on Switch to Expert Mode, and it's going to take you to this screen. So here we're going to select website traffic as the campaign objective. And then the campaign type, you're going to click on search. You can leave this blank for your business website. And you can also leave out conversion action. We're just going to click on continue on the bottom right. And now we're going to name our campaign. So let's say, for example, we wanted to create a campaign for Mississauga Homes. So I'm going to call this Mississauga Homes for Sale. Now we're going to uncheck Include Google Search Partners and Display Network. These are networks outside of Google Search, which we don't want. And then we're going to scroll down to locations. Make sure you're targeting the country that you want to target. We can also go more specific. So let's say I just wanted to target people specifically in Ontario. I could do that, which is a province within Canada. So you can get a little bit more targeted, but generally I recommend just to leave this open for the entire country because I might have people interested that are out of province that are looking to move across the country. So if you're in Canada, I recommend leaving that on Canada. If you're in the US, make sure the US is selected. Language, I'm just going to have it at English. And now I'm going to set the budget. So this is what I'm going to spend every day at $10 a day. That's what I recommend as a starting budget. And then we're going to scroll down to bidding. Here I like to keep this on clicks as the focus and then click on set a maximum cost per click bid. Now this is going to vary depending on the competition of your keywords, but I generally recommend to start with $1. That means you won't exceed $1 per click as a maximum. And if your campaign is running well, that should start to come down. So we're going to set that at $1, and then I'm going to click on Save and Continue. Now we're going to create the ad group. So this is basically going to determine what area we're focusing on. So again, we're going to keep with the same theme, Mississauga Homes for Sale. If you were running a Mississauga Condos campaign, then you would have a Mississauga Condos ad group. And then for the keywords, this is where we're going to enter some basic keywords. So you can just bypass these two screens here and just go directly down here. So basically what we're going to do here is we're just going to start with these basic keywords, and we're going to make sure they're in quotations because this is what's called phrase match, and you're just going to get more accurate keyword targeting. So make sure you use quotations. So here I'm just going to put Mississauga homes for sale, and I'm going to put Mississauga home singular for sale, and then the variations. So homes for sale in Mississauga, home for sale in Mississauga, and then I'm going to put in houses. So just a variation of the same search essentially. And the idea is we just want to cover any similarities. Ultimately, they're looking for the same thing, but they might be using slightly different words to find it. So Mississauga houses, and we're just going to repeat the same kind of structure here. Mississauga house for sale, singular, and then houses for sale in Mississauga, and house for sale in Mississauga. If you're doing a condo campaign, you would use the same formula, but basically just swapping out the word house or home with condo. Again, make sure these are in quotations, very important. And then I'm going to click on Save and Continue. Now I'm actually going to create the ad. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop in the final URL. This is the destination landing page. So depending on what CRM you're using, this is going to change. I've created one with Agent Locator specifically for Mississauga homes. So I'm just going to copy this URL. So Command C if you're on a Mac, Control C if you're on a PC, and then I'm going to paste it in here. So very important because that's where you're sending people when they click on the ad. Now for the display path, this is just giving people an idea of where they're going to arrive when they click on your ad. So we can just type in Mississauga homes for sale, right? So you're just giving people an idea. It doesn't have to be the exact URL. It's just kind of being transparent. Now we're going to write the headlines. So the idea here is we want to write compelling headlines that are really going to entice people. We want to attract them. We want them to really take action here. So you want to use emotionally charged words. So what I find is best as a starting point is to use the first headline and the main one to coincide with the keywords. So people who are actually typing in Mississauga homes for sale, that's what we want the headline to be. Very simple. Mississauga homes for sale. And then what we want to do is click on this little thumbtack and select show only in position 1. So what that means is Google is going to keep this headline in the first slot, but then the other headline ideas that we give Google, they're going to alternate them. They're going to mix them up and see what the best performing combinations are. That's why they ask you for a bunch of variations. So they use their algorithm. But we want this one to stay in the first position because this is the main one, right? This is the main thing we want people to see initially. And you can see it starts to fill out our ad. So it gives you a preview of what it looks like. And then we want to fill in a few more headline variations. So there's a minimum of 3 that you have to provide Google. So the next one will say, search like a realtor. Get instant access, right? These types of words really work where you're using urgency, you're using emotions, you're giving people immediate access. This is really what kind of draws people in. And then you can fill out a few more, but for now, I'm just going to stick with 3. Then we're going to scroll down to the description part, and this is where we have to actually write out the description. So just give a little bit more information. What can people expect by clicking on your ad? So I'm going to say virtual tours, walk score, street view, and more. And then on the second line, I'm going to say sign up for daily listing updates straight to your inbox, right? So we're just giving people a compelling reason to move forward. We're giving them a little bit more meat, right? Why should they sign up? So we've caught their attention with the headline, but now we need to draw them in with something a little bit more tangible. And, this is just a recommendation. Of course, you can personalize this. You can make it more appropriate to your specific market. Let's say you're working in a community where, there are oceanfront homes or golf course properties or ranches. Like, you want to think about what are the specific selling features or highlights of these communities that you're targeting. This is just kind of a overall template that you can use, but you want to put your creative hat on here as well and think about, what would stand out specifically for your market, and then apply that in the description. So we've got our headlines, we've got our descriptions, and now we're going to add some site links. Now, site links are basically specific links that we can include if people want to contact us. Let's say if we find someone that's a little bit warmer, more proactive, they want to get in touch with us directly. We have the ability to do that. So I'm going to go on plus site links, and I'm going to say, contact us now. Get in touch with a local Mississauga, or let's say local expert. And then I'm going to say free 30-minute Zoom consultation, right? Just giving people a little bit of an incentive. Let's say they're ready to talk to an agent. They're a little bit further along that buying journey. And then for the URL, I'm just going to go to the contact me page of my website. So contact us, where they can now get in touch, right? So I'm going to fill that in as the final URL, and that's going to be my site link. So now I'm going to add another site link, because you need at least two in order to use them. So the next one, I'm going to speak to anyone interested in selling, because a lot of these people, even though they came in as buyer leads, they also have a home to sell. Either they're moving up or they're downsizing. So what I'm going to say in this one is free home evaluation. Find out what your home is worth. Sign up now. So again, very simple, very straightforward. You're basically hooking people from a different angle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the free home evaluation landing page. You can create something similar in KV Core. And then I'm just going to copy this link and then paste it here. Now, this is just one example. A site link can be a number of things. You can have a link showing people testimonials from recent client experiences. You can have another link taking people to a recent blog post that you wrote, or anything, any market information. Don't overthink it. It's just something that you can send people to as an additional piece of content within your site. So once that's done, I'm going to scroll down and click on save. So now I've added my site links, and then I'm just going to click on apply. Now, if I click on more asset types, there's a number of things that we can add. We can add promotions, prices. We can add a phone number. So this is helpful if we want to put our phone number directly. So if I click on calls on this little plus sign, and I can put in a phone number. Now this is just a random number. So now it's going to have a little call icon underneath. And if people are on their phone, they can click on it directly to call you. So that's something that I suggest. Again, this is going to appeal to anyone that's a little bit warmer, a little bit more ready to actually speak to an agent, get a hold of someone, and get some quick information. So that's another option if you're comfortable providing your phone number in the ad. So once you're done, you're just going to click on save. So those are some examples of how you can kind of capitalize on extra links, extra call outs, call to actions. Now, don't worry about this ad strength poor. In my experience, this is wildly inaccurate, and you don't need to worry about that. If you want, you can add some more headlines and more descriptions, but for the purpose of this example, this is enough just to give you an idea of, how to get started. The most important thing is that you pin this first headline, Mississauga Homes for Sale, or whichever area you're promoting. So once you're done, you're going to scroll down to the bottom, click on Save and Continue. And now you're just going to enter your billing information. So this is very straightforward. Just select your billing country, time zone, and then if you scroll down, it's going to ask you for your information. So just to verify your name, your address, and your billing info. Once you're done that, you're just going to scroll down, click on Submit, and then you've launched your campaign.
So if you'd like to learn more about Google Ads, Facebook ads, online lead generation, plus the power of ChatGPT and how to automate your real estate business, click the link below in the description to schedule a free strategy session with me on Zoom to see if I can help make 2023 your best year yet. Look forward to seeing you on my calendar soon.